Greetings, fam, collective. It's so good to be with you. I have never done this before. However, I arose due to a situation, which I'm going to share with you in just a moment. And just things started happening. And this is my first time ever being woken up and feeling called to do a reading. And so I said, let me be obedient. I do bring that word from my Christendom days. And I do think it's still applicable sometimes. So I'm in my kimono robe here and I'm ready to tap in. But first I have some messages I would like to share. And I'm hearing no next actually. So let's start with these cards. This is the character oracle cards. And let's see what messages come through because wow, if this has not been the most interesting. So if you're new to the channel, this is Vibrational Guidance Over Truth, a tarot and oracle channel where we allow the subtle whispers of the channels within our heart, our resonance, our mind, our body, soul, and spirit to allow us to gauge what is and is not in alignment with us and specifically with us within each message. I gauge you. I ask you to engage yourself as I engage with you in this energy to put yourself on the back burner. Invaders is sticking out when I was flipping these cards around. Intruders, conquerors, aggressors, occupiers, marauders. Yeah, very relevant energy right now. And take what resonates, only take what resonates, leave what does not. And welcome to my channel. This is not a space for perfection. This is for perplexion is what I heard. I need a little chuckle of a laugh. Let's see what this is. Standing up. Chameleon, I believe. Yep. Chameleon. So there's a chameleon around some of you, or some of you are in chameleon mode. Changeable, adaptability, elusive, camouflaging, shape-shifting. Yeah, definitely resonates with the energy I'm feeling here. And let's tap in. I do want to note that for those of you who have spirit animals, some of you call them pets, pay close attention to them. When they start acting differently, there's something going on in the energy around you. Maybe you need to open up a window for a quick second or a door. Let that spirit energy out, but do pay attention to that. Pay attention to them, whether it be cats, dogs, birds, you name it. Fish start doing, pinwheel cycles, whatever it is. Hamsters. Cowboy, frontier, revolver, riding boots, lasso. Okay? So let's go ahead and tap into this energy and see what it is. Oh, second time it fell down. Second time something fell down. All right, spirit guides, ascended masters, angels, demons, all those in the vibrational wavelength frequency realm connected to the manifestation and the working and the bringing about of the highest, best, good, perfect will and way here and now to be experienced. I thank you so much for this act of divination, this time, this opportunity. And I pray, I petition, I ask, I heed you, I guide you to answer this call and relay the messages to me and to the collective about what we need to hear. Plague doctor, just in the last unit, taught my students about the bubonic plague, death, plague, and mask. All right, let's go. I'm just going to put that energy back in here somewhere. And let's see what wants to come out. Okay. Spirit guides, ascended masters, ancestors, what messages do you want to come out before I read what is on this page? Thank you so much. Is there anything else that you really want to have come out and to say? Thank you so much. Anything else? Okay. We're just going to tap in real quick and see what has come out here. And then we're going to get into this, which is what I actually wanted to start with. So we have here these first two, and I'm just going to slide them down. Facing what some would call the future. The first card closest to the bottom is the werewolf energy. So some of you have some werewolf energy around you or in you. Transformation, full moon beast, howling, afterlife. So it is a full moon tonight, and it was just 5:15 on the timer for the video. Some of you might want to go back and pause around that time and see what I was talking about to reflect on that specifically. But transformation is what's sticking out here to me, and then full moon, excluding the beast, but maybe the beast part is relevant for some of you. Also in the moving forward direction, we have whistleblower, disclosure, exposing, uncover, informant. So yeah, I definitely feel like with this full moon energy, something is being exposed right now. There's a transformation, a rebirth that we are going through. And in this rebirth, we're calling out certain things, whether it be silently to ourselves or to others within the greater community. And this exposure, this exposing process is causing those werewolf energies around us to howl. They're feeling uncovered. They're feeling disclosed. Their locations being disclosed. And this whole afterlife, which life is always continuous and is cyclical, but it's feeling like its process or processes have been informed. And I'm hearing more so revealed in a way that it does not want. Next we have here on top, grave digger. So burial, undertaker, funerary. We have next, and I'm seeing this card in the reverse. Oh, it's actually in the upright. Chosen one. So maybe that's significant. Someone might feel like they're in the reverse of being the chosen one in their life, but they actually are. I do resonate with the energy of this card. Destiny, prophecy, selected, mission, prodigy. We next have, actually on top of that was the Buddhist, but on top of Buddhist further over was the Nightmare card. And I know that only because this card flicked when I pulled it up, because this was truly on top of it. It flicked past this. So some of you are in your Buddhist energy and you're pulling that, you're flicking it up on top of this nightmare energy. The nightmare energy says possessed, phantom, chase. And again, on top of this nightmare energy was this Buddhist card, meditation, Zen, and serenity. So some of you are pulling yourself from beneath this nightmarish energy and moving into a state of Zen and meditation and serenity. And you're no longer chasing this phantom galore is what I heard, just the galore of this energy. What do we need to be is what I feel like saying with this moving forward is in our samurai energy, honorable to ourselves, loyal to our way and our path, the katana, and the warrior energy. And this word warrior I mentioned in the last reading has really been coming up a lot. Then on top of that, moving forward, there's this dwarf energy. It says strength, mining, solidarity, craftsmanship, underground. Yeah, so some of you are going underground, underneath the earth. In the earth, I learned something once in a documentary about how a particular group of people who are native to the Americas would dig boxes down within the ground and place people, sick individuals in their community there, because they know that the resonance of the vibrational realm unseen, the lines of meridian that go invisibly around earth, when you put a vessel inside the earth at certain depths, those healing waves as they cyclically circle through are going to penetrate that vessel and cause the resonance and the healing and the recalibration and alignment with earth's natural energy to cause that healing naturally. And I just think that's so cool. Like there's craftsmanship here that some of you are doing too. You're going into your state of being solitary like the Buddhists, knowing that you are the chosen one, knowing that you have come to this information like the whistleblower, but you have to have strength because there is a werewolf, a gravedigger, and a nightmarish energy around you. And they're at each phase of the journey. The werewolf, the gravedigger, and the nightmare at each of these three phases. But it does not matter whether you are the occultist or there are cultist natures around and about in your energy. This fanaticism that they have with controlling you and controlling your energy through wavelength vibrations coming at you through the tones and the music that you're listening to, and the vibration of the food that you're resonating at when you choose and crave and desire to eat it due to certain parasites in your body that have built in alignment to that cultural eating of food or that cultural connection to eating food. They're losing their mind, which is what's next on this card, because their extreme form of control over you, it does not work. It cannot work for, I'm hearing, longer periods of time than it's supposed to. It's very temporary. But in that it is temporary, they're still seeking to, and look at all of this negativity energy. I just think this is so interesting that it's coming out at this time. And to note, when I got up out of the bed, it was somewhere after 1, but I know I came into the kitchen somewhere around 1:20. And for the incident I'm going to tell you all that happened, the glass broke, I believe, somewhere right near 1:23, because when I looked up, as soon as I placed down the first pieces of cloth, paper towels specifically, to pick the mess up, it was 1:24. But this berserker, and I'm not sure how to enunciate this word correctly, Bellicose, this malicious energy, which also has, interestingly, on this card, resilient. It's resilient in its, I'm hearing, endeavor in its pursuit of you. This bloodthirsty, resilient pursuit of you, to destroy us, the collective. Yeah, it's very real. It's very, very real. And I'm just putting these here, how they're in alignment with me to come out in this reading. And underneath, behind Berserker, is Giant. This towering strength, this mythical realm of giants, or giant energies, mindsets that you've taken on and adapted to. But you are, and I think this is so pressing and most important, the usurper. You are the one to overthrow the system. You are the one to grab the power. You are the one to take over this process. And regicide, I believe this is regicide. Not to be rigid, but to redistribute, reorganize. And the individual in this image is at rest. Well, I heard, take that back, put it back where it was. But yeah, we have a journey and a path here. There is this full moon. It is a full moon right now for where I am on the East Coast in the U.S. But this full moon energy, these werewolf energies are coming up. Though you are in a state of transformation, they are in beast mode. I'm hearing beast, moon, full mode. Howling at the night, disarmoring you in your subconscious, superconscious mind by way at night about the potentialities of the afterlife. But in your waking state, and even in that rested state, you're blowing the whistle on this energy and calling it out. I'm going to disclose you and who you are and what you're actually here to do, what you're actually doing. And in that exposure, in that uncovering, in that informant type of energy that you are in, you're causing other hidden darkness energy, like also full moon energy here, just now recognizing that. This full moon here and full moon here, this gravedigger like energy is like, what's going on? I'm trying to bury these mindsets, bury these emotions, bury this consciousness deep within you. In the full moon energy at night, when you're not looking, I'm burying it within the soil of your mind to spread these seeds, to spread these weeds, but I said wheels. So to spread these wheels of something that are always going to be turning in your waking mind, these vulnerabilities, these mindsets, you're going to have a funeral service for yourself on who you were versus who you used to be. That's interesting because both of those are very similar. Some of you might resonate and sit with that energy. But ultimately, what's coming out is it doesn't matter what they're doing in this full moon energy. You are still the chosen one. We are still the chosen one. Our destiny is set. The final move has been made in chess, and it's done. It's the winning move, regardless of what they could choose or try to do. The winning move has been set. The prophecy over my life, over your life, is complete, is set, is done. And you have been selected, so move forward in your mission. You are the progeny. Now, this nightmarish energy, it is not having that way or the highway type of mindset. It is possessed. It is saying it's only this way. It's not my way or the highway. It's possessed to think that only its way, its phantom energy, is capable of chasing you and chasing you down. But it is going to learn, like this werewolf energy, like this gravedigger energy, that your peace cannot be disturbed. You're in your Buddhist meditation, Zen, serenity cultivating state. And I heard separatingly, and then again I heard satisfyingly, is going to come up against your loyalty to yourself, your loyalty to your commitment and knowing that you are the chosen one. It's coming up against your honor towards and for your destiny. It's coming up against your katana, your selected mission-oriented nature to know that you are the warrior spirit. You are the progeny. As the chosen one, your destiny is complete, even without you having taken a step, taken a foot forward, or having spoken with your breath any word. Though you might appear like a dwarf, and I'm seeing juxtaposed here the giant and the dwarf energy. And then alphabetically also seeing B and C. So I'm going to read these cards differently now. D coming before G. You're in your dwarf-like energy, which is what? Your strength. You're mining, which is digging deep within earth. You're digging up what has been sown to you, what spirits have been coming to you at night and have been burying their own calamity and seeds within the soil of your mind. You're mining them up and digging them up at night. How are you doing this? Alone in solidarity, not by sleeping with somebody else. You're doing this by allowing the pureness of your sheets and your pillow to only be your mind, dealing with your mind and digging this stuff up. Why? Because your craftsmanship, what you're able to create and remember and hone in on when you wake up, is quite crafty and amazing. You're just undergoing an underground exploration moment. And in order to do that, you've got to get rid of this giant-like mentality. I'm hearing bigger than life mentality of some of you. That's towering over your way of thinking. Yes, it in its own strength, in its own might is strength. So strength is on both of these cards. But it's more noticeable. And by it being noticeable, it's being attacked for the mythical nature that these energies resonate at and know you to be. They see you in this realm with other giants and they're thinking attack and attack mode, because BC, it puts them on notice to be this malicious berserker energy to you, to be resilient by seeing you tower over others. Not saying there's anything wrong with being a giant and towering over others at all, but simply noting for the reading and the energy revealing to me in these cards is that this bloodthirsty energy that is hell-bent and set on destroying you is coming from this cultist mindset, this community that you should not think you can train or condition or love someone out of to. I remember there was a scripture in the Bible that helped me stay justifying my relationship with my ex-husband, and it was something along the lines, a scripture in the Bible addressing a woman and telling her that if you marry, or it was maybe a blanket statement, a person who marries someone who's not a believer will eventually be converted over, or their mind will change. They will choose to change their mind by your consistent good works, by your consistent faith, by your consistent love and grace and unconditional love and mercy. I actually heard unconditional mercy that you're giving to them. But I think that's a trap right there in and of itself as well, because I definitely did that and I tried that for 9 years and it did not work. And all it did was eat down on me, wear down on my mind, wear down on my energy. So some of you need to be wary of this energy trying to wear you down. This cultist like phantom fanaticism that's just lurking around in your mind, and for others of you, manifesting in your real life, like myself. And sometimes it can make you feel like you're losing your mind, because are you really noting and noticing these synchronicities going down and around about you? And yes, you are. And you're like, am I like extremely hyper vigilant and noticing these things because of these tarot readings I'm just now tapping into? Like, you've got all these questions in your mind, but ultimately what it leads to is you reconnecting with knowing who you are. And at every phase of this journey, you are being reminded who you are. You are the usurper. You are the bringer, the uprooter of this berserker energy, of this negativity, of this cultist energy, of this nightmarish energy, of this grave digging, grave sowing energy, and of this werewolf energy. You are the person to overthrow, the chosen one who is set to overthrow and take over and grab the power back for the collective, and to see that happening through your life is what you're meant to be here to do, irregardless of the cause. For me, I know in large part because of that, and I shared this in one of the last messages as far as why I'm not a Christian anymore, is seeing the unchecked murderous energy going on to the collective as it pertains to our most vulnerable population, children. We've got so much sex trafficking and human trafficking and so many child molesters and pedophiles and rapists who are going unchecked in this justice system accurately for the heinous crimes that they are committing. I can't get with that. That in particular is one of the main reasons why I'm no longer a Christian. I cannot sit back idly by and watch this, hear this, take part in this. And for anyone would say, well, what are you doing about it? I am taking note of it. I need not give an explanation of it to you. I am taking note simply right now of the system that I will seek to completely and am orchestrating plans to thoroughly overthrow and get rid of the system that allows a shred of evidence, as they call it specifically in the courts. The phrase is reasonable doubt, to let off a heinously crime committing individual, a berserker type of energy, to get off and spread their nightmarish energy and to be digging in the soil of children by day or by night, and be allowed to continue this howless energy simply because, what, enough of us have not blown the whistle on it? Enough of us have not tapped into just even maybe one aspect of our chosen one energy and gone within, found the peace, found the, I'm hearing even the medication of the meditation, to know that we in serenity are on the simply sweet side of life, which is honoring the loyalty to protecting the most innocent, victimized group in nature among us, which are our children. But if we let that go, do you know the spirit that's going to resonate at such a higher frequency of victimhood, of pain around us? Yeah, we've got to note and let that go. So I'm going to tap in here and just show you what happened that caused me to be here conducting this reading at such a time as this. So here are my raw notes, and then I did organize them on this side. And I thought about showing you all my bookshelf, but maybe not, maybe some other time. So how this came to be is this. I was in the bed dreaming, and in this dream, was releasing on myself. So, to be full transparent moment, I was peeing in the dream. And in particular, anytime I do this, there's always one particular dream when I need to go to the restroom with my physical body, but in my unconscious state, I always go back to a particular place. And that did not happen in this dream. But immediately, somehow, the realm between my unconscious and my conscious mind connected, because I felt things physically that I knew I would not have been feeling had I done things the way I always do them and go to this particular place. That lets me know when I'm preparing to go to this particular place, it's like my subconscious mind's way of saying, okay, you're heading here, so that means in your waking state, you physically need to be heading here. Like you always head here when you head here. I'm not sure if that resonates with anyone. But I did not head to that place that I normally always go to in order to make that connection, kind of like Inception, to know that it's time to get out of here physically in my super conscious mind, subconscious mind, and physically go to the bathroom here in this 3D reality. And so I did release a little bit upon myself. And what made me feel awkward is that I was laying on my side, but it felt as if the puddle of water was resting on top of my hips, like right here in the crease of my groin area, below my stomach, but above my thighs in that crease. And I thought that was so strange that I felt like I felt a puddle there. But I was laying on my side as if the water was accumulating in this pond, like I'm hearing mixture or texture right there sitting on my lap, but in this particular corner. And so I got up, of course, went to the bathroom, finished relieving myself, and I thought to myself, man, there must be like a mess on the bed. Like I really released a lot. I remember letting go of a lot, especially to the degree that I felt this puddle forming on the groin part of my hip. But I go back to the bed and there was nothing on the bed, like none. Like no liquid, no dampness, nothing at all to indicate. And maybe now I'm even thinking, check the top of the sheets, because even though I was laying on my side in this moment, is there such thing as, though I was laying on my side, it actually having physically been on the top of my hip and maybe only the top sheet got wet? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't think that's physically possible though. But anyways, so I go to the bathroom, and then after that I'm thinking, whew, okay, I'm glad the bed is clean. So let's just get, a drink of something and go back to bed. And I come to the kitchen, and in full transparency, I do suffer from doing it sometimes. I'll warm up something to eat. I had 2 pieces of garlic bread left over, so I warmed those up and I started to eat those 2 pieces of garlic bread. However, I then have this drink that I've made with ginger and pineapple and lemon and various other herbs in it, and I blended them all up, and it's very, very strong. I've made it before and have seldom, I almost want to say never, have been able to drink it straight. And so yesterday I purchased a gallon of some orange juice, and I thought, to help this be palatable and to go down, I'm going to do half and half, 1 part of my drink mixture and 1 part orange juice. And though it was still very strong, it was much more palatable, and I was able to put it down. I said, okay, great. This is the way I'll be able to get it down. Though I don't want the sugar in the orange juice, I will. But that glass container that I grabbed, that I have my made drink mixture in, it fell on the kitchen floor and it broke. And immediately I thought, okay, what is this? Like, what is going on? And I had to think quickly, because my pet, she, in my mind, she's the most vulnerable in this state. I can't allow this to stay on the floor. My option was to, of course, clean it up or not. And I immediately chose, of course, I'm going to clean this up. And I also went down my mind of, I'm going to clean this up and be thorough, because I have to do this for her, not for me. I can't afford for her to get up and come in here and try to lick up something sweet that she's smelling, or look at anything that she could smell in here in the middle of the night that smells different, and pick up some of this glass and that be caused by me, the damage of the glass in her system. So I immediately start cleaning it up. But of course, while I'm cleaning this up, I'm thinking to myself, who or what and why? Like, what is the reason for this happening? With peeing on myself, or seemingly thinking so that I did, but there being no evidence of it. Like, who is the energy around me? And now I know. There's this werewolf energy, this gravedigger energy, there's this nightmarish energy, even like a samurai out to get me energy, if I want to apply that. There's this cultist energy, this berserker energy, this giant, huge, looming energy around me. And why is it here? Well, maybe that's next. Maybe that's the, let me go ahead and get some cards for that. Like, why is this energy here? Let's get some answers from the Answer Oracle deck. Why is this energy here? Before I keep going, I just want to know, why is this energy here? Why is this energy here? So if I continue and try to multitask, I asked why because interesting things have been happening in my life that normally do not happen to me. For example, the first thing was on last Friday, the doorknob of my classroom on the inside of my classroom just came off. Like literally just boop, big old school handle came off. And it seemed like we ran the risk, interestingly, I was about to say, and that card is right here in the middle when I broke the deck, or cut the deck, broke the deck. Maybe somebody just experienced noticing that they broke their deck or an aspect of their deck has been messed up. Gossip energy, this is very relevant for what I'm about to say. But last Friday, my students and I were just carrying on, doing our own thing, and the door handle broke, came off. And we were not locked inside, manipulate. But that was just so interesting to me because of the topic that we were talking about in this class. It was as if, due to the truth coming out about this topic, it was disturbing the normative narrative, is what I'm hearing. The normal narrative that is describing or that describes this person. And due to us with evidence shedding light on the different aspects of truth and evidence coming out about this person, it was as if that energy was in the room, or supporting energy of that person was in the room. They were so upset with us. And there was one particular student who left, who was in the restroom, who was in support of this person that we were talking about. And they didn't leave because they felt some type of way. They were next in line to go to the bathroom. We have to number students one out at a time. Chaos energy out here. And countryside might be where some of you want to escape, or I'm hearing move away to, like myself. And it was as if whomever, whatever energy was out there with us, and Belle came out, I'm just going to leave that there, was so angry with the rest of us on the inside for shedding light and going over and uncovering these truths, while that one student who was an outward supporter of this individual was out at the bathroom, that they were able to be let in. The door handle on the outside worked perfectly fine in letting them in. But as soon as they came in and closed the door, the handle on the inside broke for us, as if the rest of us were going to be stuck in here. So there's first the door handle that broke last Friday. And then on yesterday, I was in my classroom. This is where the gossip card here is relevant. At the end of the day, when my planning period ends, and a student came in who's been coming in frequently, and she starts complaining, gossiping technically, about a particular incident. And I have just been told explicitly and keenly and directly to watch the energies coming around me. And the students coming to me more and more than they ever have in the past, ever have. And I'm wanting to clear myself of these gossiping like energies, but because I'm working and it's my planning period and I'm not looking directly at this person, it's like My spirit or my soul is telling me, you're not really tolerating it because you're working. So just let this person get off their chest what they want to get off their chest. A guilty thing I have been used to doing in the past. I might not agree and resonate with what someone is saying, but I will give you a listening ear. And should I always be doing that? That's what's coming up next. Chaos again. On the other side is seed. Yeah, so be careful of gossip because it's still spreading seeds within you that are ruining your health because of the chaos of the energy of the information that's coming in at you. But the student is sharing all this information and then goes into quite honesty, gloating and bragging about a different situation. And in this moment, I'm just like seeking to work. So I moved from my desk where I was to the bookshelf, one of two bookshelves at the back of my room. And as soon as I pick up students' notebooks to organize them in a new location, a bookshelf falls, and then another bookshelf falls, and there are heavy books on my bookshelves. All of the textbooks are underneath the students' desks for them to use daily, but these books just start falling and falling. They're falling on me, and I try to stop them. I try to collect them like in my arms like this, but there are too many falling, and the next shelf falls, and then the next shelf falls, and I believe 3 shelves total end up falling, and the books are so heavy, they hit me hard, and she stands up in shock like, oh my gosh, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, are you okay? Like, I was wondering if any of the books had hit her, but it seemed like they were all coming down on me. And she's like, oh no, I'm fine. And then she temporarily just says, ow, and moves straight on to telling her story. And so the doorknob comes off, the bookshelf falls at the top of my planning period on yesterday. And then after she leaves, I'm working in my room more. And I start thinking, okay, I need to rearrange my desk. I told my students I was going to. It's the top of the next month. Let me go ahead and move things around. And as I do, I think, okay, let me move my desk forward just a little bit from the window because I've been feeling a draft on the back of my neck. And though I almost wear a scarf 24/7, 365, I begin to move my desk, and when the legs fall out, my desk completely is broken. And I'm like, wow, now I need a new desk. And I know that there are like 4 extra desks in the teacher's lounge. So I asked the teacher who I believe they belong to because they're long, like science lab table desks, but they're very simple and nice and black, very minimalistic. And I go ask that teacher if they're using those desks, if they have them on reserve, could I use one? Teacher says yes, but notes that these desks are very heavy. And I think to myself, okay, that's fine. They don't look that heavy. I'm going to find a way to get it down to my room, whether I ask to borrow a student who might be in the hallway and write them a pass, explain why they're coming back a little bit longer or whatever it is. But I get in there and I see, I can flip this desk over onto this rolling cart that's also in there. So I take everything off the rolling cart, I put the desk on there, and I chuckle to myself when I get finished because there were some fumbles along the way. The desk slipped and fell a couple times. But I thought to myself, like, this is so independent Black woman of you. Like, if you don't have to ask for help, you're not going to do it at all. You're going to try your best to find a way to do it on your own. And I did. Or maybe that's just a problem solver in me, not needing to blame it on some type of stereotype that is conditioning me. Because if I could have had help, I would have accepted help from anyone I perceived not to have been taken time away from them or could have caused harm to them by helping me. So the doorknob broke, the bookshelf broke, the desk broke. And then while I was pushing my chair inside of the new desk underneath it, I was pinched very hard in a way that I perceived that I should not have been pinched. And it was like, ow. And at that point, it really got my attention. And I think I asked out loud in my classroom, like, what's going on with this energy? Like, what is going on? Like, I pinched myself. The leg of my desk broke. The bookshelf just fell on me. The doorknob from last Friday. And then, of course, this AM when I got up, like, this glass bottle breaking. I'm thinking to myself, like, what is going on? What's in the energy that's so upset with me? There's clearly an energy shift, like a rocket ship type of shift, going into outer space, into an outer dimension, into the unseen. And of course, because all of these things outwardly can be said as negative things, who is mad at me? Who in the energy realm, what frequency, what wavelength, what energy is mad at me, is upset with me, is diverting me into thinking that it is mad at me? And clearly there is some Mad Hatter energy out here, or I heard Mad Had energy out here at me. So while I'm cleaning up this mess of the drink on my kitchen floor, so that my dog, of course, does not lick up the glass, and excuse me, I need to get something to drink, but I think the video audio should be able to pick me up from the kitchen. But as I was moving, I noted that, okay, here we go. Whew, excuse me and thank you. And I, by no means, if you see these drinks on the screen and promoting their products, this is simply what I have that I am interested in drinking, even so I don't even think I will show what these items are. Thank you for being patient with me in that. And then take a little of this. All right. So a song came to me, and I've heard the song before. It's popped up in my spirit before, I would say in the last 2 to 3 months somehow, some way. I don't know why I'm being called to pull this back here a little bit more. But it's a song by Billie Eilish. I believe that's how you say her name. And most people know the song to go, "Don't you know I'm no good for you? I've learned to..." And she continues singing the song. However, I don't sing that song that way. Actually, most songs, many songs that I sing now, I completely remix them as I sing them. Especially songs by like Imagine Dragon that I enjoy, or Coldplay, or anyone. And I do this because I know that words cast spells, and songs are the easiest, most rhythmic way to cast a mantra, an affirmation, a speaking into existence, a very typecasting type of rhythmic, connecting emotionally, mentally, physically type of spell that just cultivates this reality so quickly for you, because you can feel the music, as we can say, as we do say. And so I don't sing this song that way. I actually sing it a different way. And I wrote it down, I think for the first time or the second time, the lyrics of how I actually sing this song when I sing it. Because I want this to be more so the lasting spell. And it goes, "Yes, you know I'm all good for you. I've learned to hear you and adore you. Happy when I'm all alone and you're coming home. Oh, I can say that I like it like that, but I want you back. Oh, I can say that I like it like that, I want you right back." And so the energy that I'm resonating in when I'm seeing that particular verse of the song that I've remixed is, instead of saying, "Don't you know I'm no good for you," I say, "Yes, you know I'm all good for you." I'm speaking that resonance into my current, my future romantic relationship partner's life, that I'm good for you. When she says, whatever her next verse is, but juxtaposed against that, I say, I've learned to hear you and adore you. So I'm here to listen to you, to give my ear to you first. And I adore you for the vulnerability to step forward into communication that you're willing to have with me. And I sing that. I sing that I have learned to hear you, not hear what I want to hear you say, not hear what I interpret what you are saying to say and mean. But I have learned to truly and fully and authentically hear you. And I adore you for what you are saying because I know how to hear you when you speak. And whatever she says next, quiet when I'm all alone and I'm coming home. Instead, I say happy when I'm all alone. I love my solitude. I am so in hermit mode, love my hermit mode. Can't wait. I don't know why I wanted to say that, to continue my hermit mode, even in this endeavor and this pursuance of this happy union, communion relationship, because I say happy when I'm all alone and you're coming home. I'm so happy in that peace. Like, I'm not itching and fighting ever to be in a relationship right now. And neither when I'm in this union, this forever union and partnership that I am about to be in, I'm happy when I'm all alone. And I'm happy when I know that you're coming home to me. Oh, I can say that I like it like that. And I do, I like it like that. And I also add on there, I want you right back. So yeah, when you're gone, I'm happy. But in all honesty, I just want you in the house, in the home, be in your own room, be in your own space, but be here with me. So when that song hit me, that's when I decided, okay, I'm going to do a reading, because this song just came out of nowhere while I'm cleaning. And I'm going to cover that. I'm going to cover that song somewhere in the reading, maybe at the top of it. And then I thought to myself next, when I went over to a counter, because I said, well, we're going to warm up something real to eat. Not real to eat, but something actual to eat. And so, full disclaimer, something I know I should not be eating, but I warmed up one of those $1 banquet pot pies that I had, because I bought only one. I planned to buy two, but I bought only one yesterday. And so I warm that up and I start to prepare to eat it with this very amazing green soup that I've made. And I think to myself at the counter while eating the pot pie and allowing the paper towels to soak up and the spray that I've sprayed down to get within everything and it's drying, that, let us do an experiment on this channel. And maybe I'll definitely do another video in the daylight expounding upon this, but I thought, let us do an experiment on this channel together where we compare, or we endeavor to do one aspect of law of attraction together, whether it be sticking to a mantra and saying it a certain number of times a day each day. So 4 times in the AM, setting alarm to do it, 4 times in the afternoon, 4 times in the evening, and we are saying that mantra, aka affirmation, in the now with feeling and emotion, and we just do it. We tap into that energy and we hop out. We do it, we hop out. We don't put any other energy around it other than we're here to do it, to say it, to feel it, to think it, and then we tap out. That's an idea. Maybe that could be our first one. And then I heard this thought in my head, all right, you got the song and you got this experiment. And what I heard was, got it out. And I thought, got it out. And then 3 versions. That's when I then went to the bookshelf and said, ooh, let me get a children's book from the children's book section of my bookshelf. And I'll even probably be able to speak to that. So I was randomly in the dark, only had the stove light on, thinking I was going to select a children's book, but I did not. The book I actually selected was this book. It's called Population, and it says Overview Series down at the bottom. And yes, a lot of books on my bookshelves, whenever schools are about to throw away a lot of books that are old or libraries are going to be throwing away or selling a lot of books. That's how I have the majority of books in my bookshelf, is from going to places like Goodwill or learning that a public school is about to throw away a lot of books, so they're willing to give them away for free. And I go and I, of course, like many others, sift through the books and I take what I would like. So the way I wrote this was 3 different ways, 3 different versions, like I said. The first one was got it out, which is like in reference to a sick baby who has something in their systems and they got it out. Like somebody got the cough out their system, they got the sneeze out their system. Got it out as, whew, you got it out, you know, like you got it out of your system, you got it out of yourself. And then the second got it out was got it out. Like got it out, which means like, do you comprehend it? Like, do you got it? Do you comprehend what I'm saying? Now leave. And this is in reference to the energy of, okay, you got what you're going to do. You're going to mention the song. You're going to mention the experiment. You're going to do the reason. Okay, you got it. Now, as soon as you do it, you got it, you're out. You're back to bed. You're done. You're not going to spend any more time on this. Or you got it that something is going on in your energy. And it's time for you to get out of this state. Like you got it. You got it through the signs with the doorknob breaking, with the bookshelf breaking. And my left ear tone just changed and actually went from my left ear to my right ear. But you got it. Like you comprehend that something is off in your aura, in your energy. Through the doorknob, through the desk leg breaking, through the bookshelf breaking, through the glass bottle breaking, through the pinching of yourself, that very harsh, intense, immediate pinch. Like you got it. So now it's time for you to get out of this energy. Something is wrong. Something is off. These things that never happened to you have been happening. So what is it? Why is it? What is causing it? And go get it. Like you got it. That something is off. Now get out of this energy. Get out of this place. Like you got it. You got the lesson you need to learn here, even for the city that I'm in that I want to be out of. And more so, it's not just the city. I want to be out of this state. Like you got it. You have learned the lessons. You got it. Now get out of here. And then the third version is got it out. Like you're out and about in circulation. And this mindset, this thing that has got out, it itself is like a disease that is spreading. And that came to me as a result of looking at the cover of this book, which is population. Like I was overhearing like a doctor, someone with their doctor in a lab saying, like, we got it out. Like, we got this mindset out. We got this tone out. We got this frequency out. We got this disease out. We got this strain of XYZ out. We got whatever this is out there. It is out there and now it's in circulation. So we got it out. It got out. Or we got it out. So I'm like, okay. I will jot this down. And so that's when I grateful I grabbed this book because I almost did not. Sometimes when things come to us, we just let them come and they go by. But this time I said, no, I'm going to find something. I'm going to write in it. Again, case in point, like I mentioned before in a previous video, why I don't give my books. A lot of people say, oh, read a book and then donate it. I have relationships with my books. I write in my books a lot. I am here. So no, I'm not going to give these personal pontifications and thinkings of myself to strangers or even to friends or family members. These are mine. These are personal. This is a relationship we're cultivating again. But got it out became important. And then I looked at the cover and saw, interesting. I did this on this book and I was planning on getting a children's book and I noted population. Okay, again, and then overview. down at the bottom. And immediately, only two things came to me about two perspectives of overview. And they were overview, as in you were over and up around this mountain now, and you can view the terrain around you better. So over, like going over, and now that you're over, on the other side, you have a better view. And then I thought of overview as over, like something is done, view. So overview, like you're done. And so now you can view. Like for where you are, you're done with what you're doing on this flat terrain. So one is going up and over, and the other one is more so right here where you are, you're over it, you're done. And now you can view the situation more accurately. And I saw with view this meaning of sight, S-I-G-H-T, which is your vision. So to view something is to have a vision. And I saw like this V shape, so someone standing here, and with their eyesight, they have vision from this point of view moving forward, their perspective of the terrain. And then, of course, with view, I thought of sight, S-I-T-E. You set your views on a site, a particular set of destinations, or a particular set destination, which is a place. And you have clarity because you have your sight or your sights set on a particular place that you want to see more clearly, that's out there in the future. And you're ready to get there, to see there. And another song popped up. It's a song where the line goes, ready, aim, fire, yeah. You can't stop me now, can't stop me now, oh. And he actually says something which is what gave me rocket ship for earlier. It starts with, I'm on an airplane, and the destination something, something to the other side. I don't know all the words by heart, but it's a gentleman whose name is Molly Music, and the song is called Ready Aim. And immediately that part of the song popped into my head as soon as I finished overview. And I'm like, okay, what is this? And I literally wrote it here, Molly Music, aim, direction, set your target, set your goal, ready, aim, fire. Like that's the part of the song. Ready, aim, fire, yeah. You can't stop me now, can't stop me now, oh. And I even thought of that as it pertains to this energy, whatever this is, I am ready for it. Clearly something is here, and it's not stopping me. Clearly something here with the doorknob. Some type of energy is here because of the bookshelf, because of the desk leg breaking and having to get a new desk, with me pinching myself, with the glass bottle breaking. Clearly something is ready and it's here, but I'm also ready and I'm aiming. I have an overview of all of these accounts. So whatever is about to come in, whatever is shifting in my energy, I have an overview enough of the energy that has been shifting around me through these subtle and small signs. And maybe some of you need to catch up on that too. Notice these small and subtle signs of things going awry that normally do not happen in your life. And be ready and be aiming your vision, having your sight, S-I-G-H-T, set on the site. Okay? Like C-I-T-E and S-I-T-E. On the place, because it's coming in a particular area. For me, it has been the classroom with the doorknob and the bookshelf and the desk leg, and the pinching of myself and the glass bottle in the home. I believe this is the second or third time a glass bottle has broken here in this home, all within the matter of the last 2 to 3 months, maybe even 30 days. But I then was like, whew, okay, that's a lot. Like 2 songs, we got It Out, an overview, this whole idea of an experiment, sharing with him my dream, how we got here, what happened in my classroom. I was like, whew, and we're going to do a card pulling too. This is going to be a lot, but I'm so grateful to you and this opportunity to do this with you, because some of us just need to hash shit out. Like hash it out. We're not crazy. Get it out of us. Maybe there's synchronicities. Maybe there's a spider web of connection. I love doing that type of thing. Like if I had been a detective in a last life, I know that was my peanut butter and jelly. That was my jam. Because the last thing that I ended with was looking at this WD. I was like, oh man, really? We're about to go here again? Like we already did this with Got It Out. We did this with Overview and this like out and over. So interesting. Out and over, 2 O words, and then the O and go. But with WD, something was like, just do it. Just write it at the bottom. So I put WD and then I worked my way through it. I'm just going to share these with you all and then get back to the cards. Okay? Get back to the cards. The first one that came out was, in my mind, I've thought about back to my little baby Jesus Christian days. WWJD, what would Jesus do? And even if I write that out, WWJD, there's never a time where the W's and the D's are connected in that. I'm just now noticing that. So I'm glad I didn't try to think to write that down. Even still, if I had, I would have noted over here that it was not going to work. So something was not going to work. Me being a Christian, it was just inevitably not going to work out. It's not anything I had chosen. I definitely know without the interference of parent, guardian, and significant other, I would potentially very well still be a Christian right now to this day. But I'm not. That's not what the cards, the fates had lined out for me. Moving on next. So what I actually wrote down is WD, would do. What would I do? Will do. What will I do? Clean up this mess. What would I do? I would have done nothing. Just gone to the bathroom, seen that there was nothing there, gone straight to bed. In some other lifetime. But knowing me, that's not me. Well, will done. Like my will has been done. God's will has been done. Source's will has been done. So a will, W-I-L-L, done. Want done. So what do I want done? This mess to be cleaned up without me having to do it, which is going to cause me to be more awake. And then these other floods of thoughts come in. No shame, no shade. Wait, done. So wait, I'm actually done with this part of my journey of needing to call out and recognize these things that are going on and call them out for others. That's the purpose of this channel, not for monetizing it, not for glory, not for fame, not for views, not for subscriptions, but to be the conduit, as I keep on saying, to be that resonant energy of me authentically and my realness in this state of where I am right now with my life. And seeing for however long I have this channel, the growing journey of me across time, and hopefully this collective of people and vessels are going to grow across times as well, and doing their growth at their own pace and in their own right. So wait, we are done. What we want is done. There is a will, a win direction. So we are in the winning right here. We're in the win direction, the mission, the destiny, complete. We're in that direction. Wait, death. So wait, like the death card, 13 in traditional tarot. Wait, there's a death going on here. There's a death and an ending of things. A death of this doorknob, this portal way. A death of use of this bookshelf and trusting that it can handle the weight. Some of you are realizing that particular parties and people in your life cannot handle the weight. You can. And that's why you've grafted yourself into, grafting yourself into this mindset of I can do it on my own before I give it to you and have to deal with your mouth and your negativity on helping to share this load, even if it's a mental thought, sharing it with you. I'd rather not have your energy put on it and just deal with my energy on it because of what comes to you to say to me too. So wait, there's a death here that is occurring and endings. No more desk, no more bookshelf trust, no more doorknob trust, no more glass bottle. Wait, destiny. So wait, your destiny is being fulfilled. Don't try to go into another direction. Just start these, relationships, these communications. Just go out here and just doing things. Wait, your destiny is panning out. If it's not happening in your physical life because you're making it happen and the divines are not bringing it in, again, work on this experiment with me. Manifest that one thing. Figure out what your manifestation portal window is. And just speak to one thing consistently in full love and light and shadow balancing energy. And make sure you note that you actually do this thing over a series of periods, across a set amount of time. Because as I have noted before, your manifestation is window for each one of you. For some people, your manifestation window is 3 days. For some of you, your manifestation window is 4 days. For some of you, your manifestation window is 7 days, a week. For others of you, your manifestation window might be 8 days. For some, it might be a 2 week. It might be a 3 week. It could be a 1 month, 3 month. However long your manifestation window is, when you consistently do something at multiple parts in the day, whether it's always falling at the same time of day or just consistently being done at some realm and portal moment throughout that day, especially if you're able to do it at, I'm hearing synchronistic periods of the day. Like you always wake up at 3, you just say it 3 times and you're done. Or you always wake up at 3:33 a.m. and you say it 3 times. No matter where you are, you think it 3 times at 3:33 p.m. And then you do it again at 6:06 p.m. But when you do it that time, like you do it according to the number of 3s that you have. Something like that. That message might be for some of you or just one of you. So, wait, destiny, is what I'm also getting. Wait, destroy. So wait, there might be something you need to destroy, or wait, there's something that is destroying your life, or wait, there's something that needs to be destroyed. Won't destroy. So there's something that you won't destroy that you need to, that I need to destroy. One, destiny. It's already been won. The cards have already been written. I've talked about this before, deja vu moments. It's already said and done. So I really like this message. I hope that you liked it too. And let's go ahead and get into these cards and close out this reading so I can get back to bed for whatever hours of sleep that are left due to me. Yeah. All right, here we go. What energy would like to come out? Thank you, Spirit Guides, Ascended Masters. What energy would you like to bring out to reveal? Any confirmations? Are there any answers? I haven't asked a particular question, and I'm hearing that's why you haven't gotten a particular answer. Okay, so what is the energy out here revealing? What is the energy out here revealing? Thank you. What is the energy out here revealing to the collective, revealing to me? Thank you. What is the energy out here revealing? Thank you so much. Chaos is still at the top. All right, so what we have over here, right on top of werewolf, is seed. And this came out before. And it's facing what we would call the past. So with this werewolf energy, and even I think potentially it might have been over Gravedigger a little bit. And I was talking about the planting of the seed in the soil. Let me just bring everything down a little so that you all can see everything a little better. There we go. So seed, facing the past. There's been something about your transformation, about this full moon beast energy that has been nurtured. It has allowed for great growth. There's so much potential and possibility here with whatever this werewolf seed is that has been planted, this full moon energy. Facing the future, we have here risk-taking. I believe this showed up before as well. So there's an attack. There's a go-ahead. There's a glory, favors the brave mentality that you need to have. And I think that's awesome right here with whistleblower. double confirmation. This werewolf nighttime full moon energy has been planting seeds in and around you in the spirit, what we now call in our 3D carnal mind, unseen realm. And these seeds that we've been nurturing of negativity, not just negativity, sometimes it's positivity, but my heart is groaning and aching right now for the negativity of these mindsets that we have allowed to cause great growth and have so much potential in ruining our future, the possibility of it ruining our future. Like, we gotta put a death to it and take this risk to blow the whistle and to speak our truth, to attack this head on, to go ahead like the samurai, like the katana, and just go out guns ablazing in glory to favor the brave in this endeavor. And right here up under Gravedigger, remember Bell came out, and on Bell it says call, warn, wake up, and signal. So yeah, noticing these seeds, this werewolf beast full moon energy, 2 full moons here. Something's been buried within your mind. The seed has been buried. This Undertaker funerary experience, and you are sounding the bell, you are sounding the alarm, you are being warned about these mindsets. I am being warned. Let me start speaking for myself. I am being warned about these mindsets. I have been woken up like tonight, somewhere between 1 and 1:11, I'm even thinking a.m. And this signal, this call to warn me about this werewolf energy, about this gravedigger energy, to warn me about this nightmarish energy, about this cultist berserker energy. It is here. It is clear. I wanted to know what the energy was. It's there. 1:11:11 was just up on the clock when I looked up and over for some reason. But what we have here up under nightmare, and it was sort of facing the past like this. Be flexible, baby. I am being flexible. I am noting the seeds that I have been nurturing from this werewolf energy in my mind that have caused and allowed great growth to come to. Like these 3 black Chevy large SUVs I see every morning while I am walking to work. I note them. Never seen them ever before. And they just start appearing out of nowhere. And I share this with my students in the class, and one particular student, he asked me, like, hey, so let me backtrack a little bit with this. This is just an example of nurturing a mindset and the potential and the possibility of it. I think I mentioned on this channel, if not, I'll say it quickly, that I don't have a car. I walk everywhere I walk that I need to get to. And this is temporary. I have had cars. I have driven before. Just post-divorce life, temporarily. And a while ago, I'm not sure when, I started noticing, it was actually one particular morning, just one. I felt something within my chest, my spirit, my mind, and my gut, like my whole core of me just felt something. And I noted a big, large black SUV coming down. And as a black woman, as a woman in general, walking in the dark early in the morning alone by myself, with very few cars, sparse on the road, I just knew something was happening. Something was about to happen. My intuition spoke up, if you will. And I noted this big, dark, extremely dark tinted, more than what is legal here, SUV coming down the road. Another was right behind it. And then a few moments later, coming down the hill fast, but then slowing down as it got near me, was another large black SUV. And then 2 white utility SUV vans on the other side, like the ones that are for electrical work. And I just noted this and was able to get a picture of the second or the last white one that went by on the opposite side of the road. But it did make me nervous because I caught it and I noted it, that it was for me for whatever reason. So some of you resonate with this being watched energy for whatever reason. For whatever reason, like why? I'm a very simple, boring life type of person, most would say, looking from the outside in, like, ugh. But I felt that and mentioned it to my students. And it wasn't until a student said this in particular, did you catch the make or the model of the car? And he specifically said after that, were they an SUV that was a Chevy? And before I could even say anything, he said, because, you know, Chevys are like many government issued types of vehicles or cars, or, you know, observation cars. And I thought to myself immediately, I immediately thanked him and I said, wow, thank you for bringing that observation to me in my awareness. I said, no, I did not note that at the time, but now that you mention it, yes, the three black, large, darkly tinted, more than what is legally allowed windows were all SUVs. And it's gotten to the point where one of them is always parked now in the parking lot, and it's not coming down the road anymore. We used to always pass each other. I've even changed my times with leaving, not on purpose, due to just getting up late later. But I've even, with those times of me leaving naturally shifting, I would still pass the first one. And I just thought that was so odd because it was not happening at the beginning of the school year at all. And it's gotten to the point where I guess because I've spoken out on this enough that one of them, the first one or whichever one, doesn't come down the road anymore. One will, or maybe two will, but not all three anymore. And one is now permanently always parked. It was parked with the lights on for a couple weeks or days in a parking lot to my left. And the driver is always sitting there, and I can somewhat see the silhouette of the person because it's like they have their phone up, or the inside lights of the dashboard are illuminating their body on the inside, even though the front windshield is very darkly tinted as well. And it even got to the point where, because I had noted it and I guess spoken on it enough to myself or maybe to others, or a particular one other, that it switched from being this black Chevy to now being a GMC, like an old school GMC, which I like those types of trucks. So anytime I see them, I note them. But yeah, so be flexible. Bend but don't break. Shift with grace. That's me. I'm shifting with grace. I saw this when it came out first. Comply. All right. So some of you need to comply with the rules, with the laws, with the unwritten rules. Yeah. I'm in this state of compliance. I call myself a company man, a company woman. I'm going to follow those rules, whatever they are, for my job, for the place and time where I am at, until I can be completely free. But I am not seeking any more amount of freedom than what is allowed to me in this current state and profession, because that only, I have noticed, brought calamity. So whatever the rules are, I follow them. I'm a stickler for the rules. Whatever the laws are, I follow them. I'm a stickler for following the laws, and whatever the unwritten rules are that are guiding my light in my life, I follow them. And then final, we have here treatment. So there's some healing that is taking place in my life, most definitely. There's some comfort that I'm giving to myself. Some surgery I'm needing to do on myself, some repairing of my memories, of my healing, of my heart journey, of my mind. And I'm loving on myself. Self-care is the most important type of love. I wouldn't take this any other way. So I don't want to cause this reading to be any longer than it already is, for me to lose any more sleep than I already have. I want to say words that I don't normally say, which are blessings and gratitude. I'm truly thankful to you. So I hope aspects or pieces of this message did resonate with you. If it did, and you would like to connect with me by simply indicating or providing a thumbs up, like a like, you can. If you connect with this and you want to subscribe, you don't have to, but if you can and you do, thank you. Again, the comment section for this channel is off because I've noted of it being a freeway, a doorway, a portal for negative usurper type of energies to come through. And I don't want that to come in and cause harm to you. So I love you all, and I'm so thankful for this time, this room, this opportunity. Peace, love, and light, and I will catch you all in the next one.